never doing that again. And, well, yeah. Welcome back, or I should say welcome to. Honestly, one of my all-time favorite games. Plants vs. Zombies Garden Warfare. The first one. Which, admittedly, I probably like more than any other Garden Warfare. Or any other, like... I mean, because obviously there's the phone, like the mobile games, Plants vs. Zombies, and I mean, those are just classics, pretty much. But I actually go way back with this game. This is one of the oldest games that I have, on top of being one of the oldest games I have on PlayStation 4. Oldest in terms of, well, in terms of both, actually, in terms of how long the game has been out and how long I've had it. It was one of the first games I had on PS4, and I believe it came out in 2013. But anyway, and I know what a lot of people would be thinking, you know, is this game still alive? And to that I respond, like, yes, surprisingly, it's doing pretty well. Some game modes are pretty dead, as in, like, I don't want to say like as in no one plays them, it's just more difficult to find a game like Taco Bandits, which I used to play all the time. Taco Bandits, Suburban Nations, probably mid-tier in terms of population. Vanquish Confirmed is probably on the lower end of the spectrum, same with Gnome Bomb, Mixed Mode. The classic modes I never bother playing. Gardens and Graveyards is where it's at. Anyway, just hearing this music, seeing the background, this brings back so much nostalgia. Cause I used to play this even before I had my PS4. I played this back on the 360. Oh man, this music hits a spot for me. Like a lot of people, I tend to prefer the zombies over the plants, and I want to say this is going to be somewhat of a different stream, and I'm going to say if you're very sensitive to cartoon violence, and I'm not talking Fortnite cartoon violence, I'm talking if you're sensitive to watching a zombie blast a plant away with a paintball gun, then you might want to shield your eyes, or just click off this stream. But in all seriousness, if you're one of the people that really dislikes a lot of cartoonish games, then this is also not going to be for you. But for people that are like me, and just kind of want to embrace this game for what it is, then you're more than welcome to stay. But anyway, this game I've been playing for maybe 4.5 years. Like, I go way back with Garden Warfare. I go way back with Plants vs. Zombies as a whole. I played the first original one. I played Plants vs. Zombies 2, It's About Time, as well. And yeah, honestly, I'm gonna say, this game has some jammin' music. I mean, honestly, I can make a stream just sitting here listening to the music on the main menu. Before you ask, yes, I have Plants vs. Zombies 2. Well, what did I just say? Plants vs. Zombies Garden Warfare 2. And yes, I like it to some sense, but there's some things I prefer more about the second one, but there's also a fair amount that I prefer more about the first one. And when it all comes down to it, when you boil it all down, and you have to take a say in the first or the second, I'm gonna have to go with the first one being my favorite. Partially just due to the nostalgia, but don't get me wrong, I like the introduction of the more characters, because I'm gonna say, I still do, and I always have found playing on the Plants team to be a little lackluster. In Garden Warfare 2, that's not as much of a problem, because, well, the Plants side as a whole feels a lot more balanced. Because I want to say that this game is pretty imbalanced. But when you think about it, it's hard to I can see it being difficult to balance literal plants fighting against zombies with, well, I don't want to say military grade weapons, things that definitely could be harmful to plants. For example, basically an assault rifle that fires paintball rounds, or literally a gun that fires concrete, or a gun that blasts goo, or a cannon that sprays footballs. All of that should be lethal towards a plant. And when you take into example the tank commander, who, when it comes down to it, is my favorite of all the zombies, literally has basically a tank cannon in the form of a gun. By the way, I like the detail of how the stock on the gun is like tank tracks. Like, look at that. It's cool. But yeah. Anyway, I'm just gonna get right into it. Right into the news. But I'm not saying I don't like the second Plants vs. Zombies. I haven't seen any gameplay from the new one. The newest Plants vs. Zombies game. I think it's called Battle of Neighborville, something like that. I don't really see the interest. My friend got it. He says that it's not that good. Since I first heard about it, don't see the appeal. I can't really say that because I haven't watched it, but ICE came out maybe, well, EA Access became a thing, what, maybe 6 months ago, something like that? Because I saw it come up in my recommended from, I believe it was Typical Gamer, who, not gonna lie, Typical Gamer was a big part of my inspiration to get a PS4, because I used to always watch him and Tyke the Gamer play Grand Theft Auto 5, which was at the time my most played game back on 360. And I was like, wow, next gen, you can go in first person, which at the time was like amazing to me. But yeah. Also, am I gonna load in? I have a feeling if I close my game, the stream will end. I'll wait a little longer. But anyway, I don't really see the appeal of the newer game. I'm gonna stick with Garden Warfare. But yeah. For the second Garden Warfare game, hold on, let me actually look into re-downloading it. When it comes to the second Garden Warfare game, I really, when it comes down to it, the zombies are still my favorite team, and I somewhat recently got dude, why am I struggling so much to speak? I somewhat recently got the Tank Commander for the second game. But yeah. But my favorite zombie in the second game has to be the Imp, because although they're about as durable as wet paper normally, they not enough free space. Although they're about as durable as wet paper, once they get their mech, that's, in my opinion, when the fun really starts. Hold on, I'm gonna try closing my application. If my stream crashes, that's gonna suck. But then I'll just start another one and delete this one. But yeah. Hold on. Let's see here.